As time creeps inexorably onwards and our backlog of unplayed games grows ever larger and more shameful, we felt the time was right to fess up and share stories of the games we still haven't played, while the rest of us pass judgment. This is the PlayStation Access Podcast. Hello and welcome to the PlayStation Access Podcast, the official podcast of PlayStation UK. I am your host, Rob Pearson. We are joined today by Rosie Caddick.
Hello, everyone.
And staff writer Connor Jackson.
Hello.
Today, we're talking about shame.
Shame.
We often talk about, and we are often sad about, I think, the amount of games that we leave unfinished, that we leave in the backlog, because new and exciting games are constantly coming out. And I think it's something we all struggle with, and our backlogs just grow larger and ever more shameful. I, for one, am in a position where I've just made peace with the fact that there are some games I'm probably never going to play. No one can play all of the games.
You
right?
watch me. I'm going to try and play all the games and fail.
A very noble
Do it for us all,
quest.
Connor.
Yeah, I'll martyr myself.
And I don't think people should be too hard on themselves if they don't get around to playing things. However, today I think we should
need to be hard on ourselves.
We should.
Having said that, the opposite now.
Today we're gonna play a little game where each of us is going to bring forward 3 games from our backlog, of which we are most personally ashamed to have never played or finished. Once we've finished discussing, the other 2 hosts will mark out of 10 how shameful that particular game is. 10 being the most shameful, 1 being not really shameful at all. And at the end of the podcast, we will total up the scores to determine once and for all who has the most shameful backlog on PlayStation Access.
Here we go.
Are we all ready?
Who's going first?
Connor's going to go first.
Connor's going first.
Good.
Hey!
Well,
Get the shame bell ready.
Yeah, I suppose I should knock it out of the park with probably the biggest one, especially for this channel, this group of people. I have not ever played, nor do I even really want to play, Final Fantasy VII.
Well, you didn't have to throw in nor do I want to.
Well, now I've done it just because.
What do you mean you don't want to?
Because now it's such a big deal that it seems scary and intimidating. I just don't want to be.
You're intimidated by the power of Final Fantasy VII.
It seems far
Just
too
play
big.
it in private without anyone watching.
No. Well, yeah, I would do anyway. But
It's not actually as big as you might think it is.
no, it's not even the size of the game. It's the fact that it feels so important and that I haven't done it already is the embarrassing and shameful part.
Right.
That if I had started it and even just got a little bit, into it, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. But coming in as a complete novice for the entire series, it feels like this insurmountable obstacle.
So have you never played any Final Fantasy game?
No.
Just the little hesitation there, the little...
I've played maybe 15 minutes of all of the different entries I have played at this office for capture purposes. And that is my only exposure to Final Fantasy.
How would you review...
The sheer disgust in Rob's face.
How do you summarise each one that you've done 15 minutes of? Like, which ones have you done and how do you summarise the story so far?
So, Final Fantasy VII is cool, but very confusing. Final Fantasy IX.
What's confusing about it?
Well, I was in the middle of is it the mines when you I don't even remember what it was. Like you have to. There's
the
a big cave.
The Mithril Mines?
Maybe.
And there's a bunch of caves.
Is there a big encounter with Sephiroth there?
There's a big encounter with Sephiroth all of the time. And there's loads of caves.
Right.
You can be talking about any bit of the game.
So
okay, well, there you go.
The story of Final Fantasy VII is that you go into the caves.
Caves and Sephiroth.
Connor, are you someone who doesn't typically play turn-based role-playing games? Are they not a genre that you are particularly familiar with?
They have never been a thing that I've engaged with, only just because the fantasy thing doesn't really appeal to me and never really has done.
Each to their own, I guess. But even people who don't like turn-based JRPGs play Final Fantasy
Well, this
VII.
is it. It's like that could be an excuse for maybe not playing any more of them. Maybe, oh, you've not played Final Fantasy 9 or Final Fantasy 10. Oh, that's fine. Well, you've played Final Fantasy 7 because everybody's played Final Fantasy 7, right? No, I haven't played Final Fantasy
Would
7.
you be tempted by the remake? Like no, that's like, 'cause
again,
that sort of
like,
like breaks it down
yeah.
into 3 different segments, and it's like a more modernized experience.
Again, it just seems like something like, what do you mean you haven't done it already? Like, it makes me want to just pretend either that I have or just be bold-faced
Yes,
about it and double down.
I
And so that's
love
what I'm doing. I'm
the clouds
bold-faced,
in the sky.
doubling down. And I'm probably never going to play it. Let's be real. There are too many things. And it's quite big and it's intimidating, so I don't want to. I'm scared of it.
To be
Okay?
fair,
You
if
feel
you
like the
do-
ship has sailed with Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I think maybe I could have done it some years ago, especially before starting and doing this. Like now there is no time to do any game because, well, like you say, we're always doing the next thing, and that's a really lovely thing that I can't complain about at all. But something as big as Final Fantasy VII, it's like I just have to accept the fact that I don't know anything about it. I'm never going to know anything about it, and I must just continue onwards as aggressively as possible.
So do you still, when you say you know nothing about it, like do you not even know like the big story beats behind it?
Oh, I know the big story beats because, everybody does know the big story beats,
Yeah.
I guess. But how they get there, no idea.
Well,
Absolutely no clue at all.
well, I'm going to write this down. Final Fantasy VII.
That is a strong one to start with.
That's a
Connor.
big one, yeah.
Rosie, out of 10, 10 being the most shameful, how shameful is the fact that Connor has never played, nor does he even want to play, Final Fantasy VII?
I think the fact that you added the nor do I want to just gives it an extra point. So I'd probably say an 8, I'm thinking.
An 8 from Rosie.
I'm thinking an 8. What do you think, Rob?
I think I was also going to go for an 8 because I don't think there's any shame in not having played a game that's of a genre of which you are not particularly familiar with or a fan. But yeah, I didn't appreciate the fact that you just said you didn't want to play.
That's the thing. That's the
It's
thing
an
that
8
nudged
from
me
me
a
as well.
bit
Doubling
more.
down of increasing shame. Yes, I must win this competition.
Wow, so 2, that's a strong start
It is a strong
in the
start.
shame stakes for Connor.
Thank you.
Rosie, let's
Yes.
come to you now. Give us your first game that you are ashamed to say you haven't played or finished.
Right, so my first one is one that I love, like RPGs, and I love just playing, I just love games in general. And this game is a huge one, and I've heard a lot of people say that, some people are like, there's nothing like it, there's, there's concerts for it, merch for it that people just buy and people obsess over this game, but it is Near Automata.
Wow.
So I've
Sad.
never played this one. I really, really want to. Well, I mean, okay, so technically years ago, I played like the introduction for it. And this was me going into it not knowing much about it at all. I died in the beginning segment. I got one of the endings, and then I was really confused. And I was just like, wait, what? What's this mean?
You did finish it.
But technically,
You got an ending.
I got an ending. I got the one at like the very tutorial, but I was like really confused. And I've got one friend who like loves this game, and I messaged him about it, and he was like, "Oh, I can't believe you got that ending!" Like, and then he went on like when people are so excited about a game, then it just turns into like a little thing to. Like just messages and messages and messages about like how great it is, and then even from that moment, I ran out of time, like something else came up, so I still, I haven't actually got past the beginning section. I think even, Connor, when you did capture for it and I edited it, you got further than I did.
Oh, wow.
So that's how far I got into it. But like I said, this is just a big one for me because it's just got so many things about it that I love, the aesthetic, the gameplay. I've heard so many people say that the characters and the story, like the story especially, is like, just out of this world. It's phenomenal. And here I am just being like, I'm sorry, it's in my backlog, I still need to play it. And I'd love to play it because that's the thing. I've got so many friends who go to the concerts, buy the vinyls and just talk about it all the time. And whenever I do mention it, like it is something that if you just say, oh, I've never played it, then like I said, even in conversation, people go, blah, 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 like they just talk about how great it is. And it's just one that I just still haven't got around to yet.
I think it is surprising, given how it feels like it should be in your wheelhouse. Like it's something that you, like you've said, you think you will enjoy it, and you're kind of surprised that you haven't played it. So I think it's surprising. that it hasn't happened. But I don't know if I'd say it's a bad thing. Like you mentioned, being confused. Like that is sort of 90% of playing the game anyway. Even as Nier Automata is one of my favorite games ever.
I was going to say, it literally is one of your favorite games, isn't it?
It is confusing, and that is part of the joy. Is asking all of these philosophical questions. But until you actually start teasing some of the questions out, it's just, what is going on here? Like it doesn't make a lot of sense.
That's it. But I love that experience as well. I love going into a game and not really knowing what's going on. But like, it's not in the sense of you're just like, well, I don't get it. But it's in the sense of like piecing it together and like playing more and discovering more about the world. Like so many things about it. I know I will absolutely love. I know that's the thing. I know I will love this game.
Yeah, you will.
Even you just being like,
will.
yeah, you will. But I haven't got around to playing it yet. And I remember even when we were talking about it, and like when I heard you talking about it, I was there just the whole time like, I've really got to play this game. Like whenever so it's a big one for me, and that's why I just think it's such like a big game in general, like a famous one of how good it is. That's why it's like one of my biggest backlog shames.
I'm not sure if I can classify this as particularly shameful without sounding like a massive hypocrite, because I too have never finished Nier Automata. And
can you add honorary points to your own tally? Is
No.
that like, if I give you 5 points, then I must also
I just wouldn't
receive
consider this shameful. Like you wait till the 3 I'm going to bring out. There's this deep, dark
big shame cannon
Big
fire
shame.
incoming.
I'm going to fire the big shame cannon. In typical Rosie fashion, I think you think this is worse than it is, Rosie. I wouldn't be ashamed of this, in particular because it sounds like you do intend at some point to go back and play it.
But that's the thing with the backlog, isn't it? I mean, apart from Connor, who just flat out says, I don't want to play this.
Nope.
Like,
Never.
now I fear the rest of my entries now, because my entries have very much been like...
Is that your most shameful one?
No, that's not my most shameful
Good.
one, but the other ones I've picked are kind of like in a similar vein of like
I was going to
absolute...
say, if there's a Yakuza game or a Sonic game you haven't played...
Oh, but there's loads of Sonic games that I haven't played.
Oh,
but
really?
Yeah.
We'll bring out 3 of those then. That's 10 out of 10 shame for you, each one.
And there is one with Yakuza that I still have yet to play, but I'm not ashamed about that one because I'm playing it.
Not ashamed.
But I'm not ashamed. It's because
I don't care for that
proud.
entry.
it's because I play them with my
What I
boyfriend, so we play them together. So that's
Right.
why that's kind of like a shared experience. So we will get around to doing that one, but you
Okay.
know, it's having date nights is difficult as you get older. So we are getting around to that one, but that's why I haven't included one from the Yakuza series.
Connor, your shame score for Rosie having never played Nier Automata, please.
Yeah, I think it has to be whole numbers, right? We can't do decimal points.
No
Like,
decimal points, just a whole number between 1 and 10, please.
Yeah, I will round. I will go 5. I think it's somewhat shameful, but it's only made shameful by the fact that it's something that I would have expected you to play because it fits so perfectly with the things that you have said you liked. I don't think not having played it in any meaningful way is that shameful. It's it's quite a niche game as well as it is. It's like a cult classic, I guess. So I don't think it's that shameful that you haven't played it. If you'd have started it and made significant progress and not finished it, that would be more shameful.
Okay.
I think.
What you saying? My first ending of dying in the tutorial isn't going
Well,
far.
I guess it is technically an ending, but there are 26 of them.
And
so
I got 1.
yeah, that I don't know if that counts as even starting it. Really, like, sorry.
I agree with you, Connor. I'm going to go with a 4 out of 10 for this one because I can't, in good conscience, call this shameful having also not played the game. And yeah, I think it's Nier Automata for me feels like one of those. It's a celebrated cult classic, right? It's not like as mainstream as something like Final Fantasy VII. It's a game where those people who know and they love it. But I wouldn't have expected everyone to have played Nier Automata. If I speak to a more casual video game fan, I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't even heard of Nier Automata.
Yeah,
it's
fair.
like, So for that reason, a 4 out of 10.
That's fair.
For me, which puts Rosie on a total of 9 shame points. Connor currently has 16 shame points.
Yes.
Wow.
And here comes my first entry, which is, I'm ashamed to say, Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, that is
Phantom Pain.
that is a big one for you.
I have mentioned this on the channel before, and I've not played Metal Gear Solid 5. I've played Metal Gear Solid 5 for over 30 hours, but those 30 hours consist of the same 10 hours 3 times in a row. I played the opening to Metal Gear Solid 5 3 times over the course of covering the game. And when it finally came out, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna give it a month or so, just so that the memory of those first 10 hours isn't so fresh in my mind. I want to come back and for this to be. And I think actually I've probably since then started Metal Gear Solid 5 3 or 4 additional times. I think it's no exaggeration to say I've escaped from the hospital in Metal Gear Solid 5 about 10 times.
You were right. The shame meter, like every time you add another detail, it just keeps rising.
And I think it's mechanically near faultless. I think the feel of it is still to this day unparalleled. But the longer I go having not finished it, the more it builds up in my mind as this impassable, shameful barrier that even thinking about Metal Gear Solid 5 now makes me stressed.
Yeah.
Like I can't, and I get this, when I think about playing it or when I play it, I can almost picture the live stream comments in my mind going, "You haven't played this yet, you awful human being."
Fake fan Robert Pearson.
Yeah. Fake fan.
Unlike myself and Connor, who have both finished Metal Gear Solid 5.
I'm sure
I finished
you have.
it like 4 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to
sure
say,
you
especially
have.
you. I know you've played it a lot.
But it's at the stage now where through gradual osmosis, I have learned everything that happens in Metal Gear Solid 5. I know what the big narrative twist is at the end. In fact, it was only last week that I learned another big twist
I can't
from
believe
Connor
I
that
accidentally ruined that for him.
I didn't know.
Well, you have to tell me after the podcast what twist that is.
There was another extra little twist, an extra little detail, like a side course of twist to
Right.
one of the other big twists that I didn't know, and just happened to come out in a conversation I
Wow.
had with Connor the other week.
I forget,
I don't
'cause-
blame you for that, Connor. I would expect me to have finished it as well. I still intend to play it, but it's been 10 years now, and I still haven't. And it's a source of great regret and great shame for me because I love the series. And from what I have played, I love the game. I think it plays.
You love the first 10
it plays
hours.
beautifully. I do love the
I love
first
the
10
first
hours.
10 hours so much.
Plays beautifully.
I won't
I'm
play
going to
anymore.
play them again, and I will stop playing anything new. Just those first 10 hours.
But yeah, that's my first shameful story. So
All right, Connor, what do you think for a score?
Yeah, I think especially given this isn't just anyone. It is you. It is the Metal Gear person. Especially from my point of view, like that you and your Access videos about Metal Gear made me realize that I still really loved it because no one at school talked about it. So yeah, it's a 9. It's a solid 9.
it's a big betrayal of.
Yeah, it hurts.
like Solid Snake in Solid 9.
Never meet your heroes, eh? Like,
I was thinking because it is you and you are like the Metal Gear Solid guy, I was also thinking a 9 as well. And I think also just rubbed in the fact that you've played the first 10 hours 3 times and then you just never progressed. Even on the 3rd time when it was like, oh, this is the time I'm going to do the intro and I'm going to play it. You were like, no, I'm going to still stop right here.
should I keep going?
No.
No.
But I think because, like you say, you do want to go back to it one time. That like in the future, that's why it's not reached the 10 area. If you said I'm not going to play past those 10 hours, then it'll be like what? But that's why it's not hit the 10 mark. I don't think. But
Wow.
still
Well, thank you both for being
9.
so understanding. So that's everyone's first shameful entry out the way. The current standings are Rosie with 9 shame points,
Oops.
Connor with 16 shame points, and I have 18 shame points at the moment.
Shame.
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 Being the shame
Shame.
belt. Connor, we're coming back to you now.
Yes.
The second game in your backlog that you are ashamed to either have not played or not finished, please.
I think this is probably the weakest of my 3, so I want to land with some strength as well for my final one. So this second entry is I have repeatedly started, maybe played the first 5 hours of multiple times, BioShock. And that is the only BioShock game that I have played as well. And I know that this is this is far from being a cult classic. This is far from being something that is considered too difficult.
I think it's such a cult classic that it's become more than a cult classic.
And again, I know all of the twists and the big beats, and I know how profound a lot of people found that, like especially not really having. It's presenting these quite cerebral ideas in a relatively easy to swallow way. Like the setting is stunning. It fits with a lot of kind of immersive sim stuff that I tend to quite like historically as well.
We literally have a meeting room in our office named after Rapture.
Yeah.
And it does have a lot of stuff that you would love in it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a sensational game.
But the thing is as well, it's not like I've not played it. I've tried to play it, and I get so far in, and I just go, I'm just going to put this down. And
really, what you just lose?
Not like I don't like it, or it's bad, or anything like that. Or it's just I just go, I'll come back to this tomorrow, and then tomorrow never comes. It just stays there.
It's like the name of a James Bond movie.
Yeah,
tomorrow
never comes.
This underrated sequel to Tomorrow Never Dies.
Bioshock.
Yeah,
unbelievable. So, how many of the special plasmid powers have you?
I think probably only because you get the first one like quite early on.
The electric one.
There's so much joy in experimenting and combining them.
Second one's fire, I think.
Yeah, and I think maybe 20, 30 minutes into that. I don't even think people that will know the game inside out will probably be able to correct me if I'm wrong. I don't even think I've met the Big Daddy, Little Sister dilemma for the first time. Yeah, I think that that's not something I've come across.
You would have seen
you've seen them around, but the first you have to make a decision, right? As to
whether you harvest them
or
rescue them.
I don't think I've even had that opportunity to make the decision. Again, I may be wrong.
You've never taken down a Big Daddy.
No, I've definitely walked past them, but and it's. I feel like it's worse that I have started multiple times and just sort of not given up, but just absent-mindedly wandered away.
It's quite shameful, I think.
Yeah,
I think Bioshock is probably I would put it in like the top 10 video game intros of all time.
It's
stunning.
The intro to it is unbelievable. The sense of place and dread and atmosphere in Rapture.
Rapture.
It's fantastic. Does that mean you've not played Bioshock Infinite either?
Yep.
You've not played Bioshock?
I haven't. Well, no,
yes,
I haven't.
You haven't?
Sorry. Yes, I haven't played. So Bioshock, the original Bioshock, is the only Bioshock game that I have played. So Infinite hasn't even. It's not even a blip on my radar.
Infinite's so good as well.
I think the first Bioshock out of the trilogy for me is the best one.
Oh, I agree. I think that's my favourite one. But Infinite is, as sequels go, it's so much not just more of the same. It's such a brave and creative new path to take. Like, it's the opposite in so many ways.
Yeah.
It's light where Bioshock is dark. It's in the air where
literally
Bioshock
the
is
opposite plane
under
of
the water.
Yeah.
What a series of games.
The Bioshock is a good one. What number are you thinking, Rob?
I think I'm gonna say I don't think it's as quite as shameful as Final Fantasy VII, but I still think it's quite shameful, especially because I know that it's the type of game I would expect Connor to like. I would expect you to have opinions on this.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a 7 for me.
Oh, I was going to say a 6.
Okay, 6
I was
from
like,
Rosie.
I was like, a 6 from me because you have done like the first 5 hours like a few times.
I've done the first 10 hours of Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah,
and that's
but you're the
9.
Metal Gear Solid
I'm not
man.
the Bioshock person. You're the Metal Gear Solid person.
If Connor was the Bioshock person, then yes. But you are the Metal Gear Solid man.
I haven't built an entire public-facing persona on Bioshock.
Connor's whole persona is the first 5 hours of Bioshock.
And you never will now.
Yeah, I know, right?
No.
Goodbye, internet future for me.
I think I'm more. I think it's less shameful and more that I feel sad for what you've missed out on here.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Because even if you do go back and play it now, I think so much of the impact is from the time, from the just the cultural impact it had, and obviously you probably knowing the famous twists.
Yes.
So the most famous twists in video game history are in Bioshock. You're gonna not ever be able to experienced BioShock as you possibly
No.
could have if you'd have played it when it was first available to you.
Yeah, it's like seeing The Godfather 30 years after it's come out. It's like, oh, I've seen that before, because everybody else. Lots of people have done a very similar thing since. Its impact has been less.
I've only seen half of the first Godfather movie.
I've never
Maybe
seen
we
it.
should do a separate podcast about
Is that
shame
Nate
films.
I can hear screaming downstairs.
Yeah, I was like 16, 17. I was like, man, this is boring. Nothing's happening. They're all just talking. When's all the action going to happen?
Talking in a room.
It's
The
just
movie.
all talking and being sad and wearing suits and.
There's some good suits though.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's the one where it's like you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding, isn't it?
On the day of my daughter's
Is that the
wedding.
first
Yeah,
one?
that's the one.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about The Godfather and the front cover of it.
Yeah,
Like
that's fair.
That's all I know about it.
One of the greatest film trilogies ever made.
Two of them are some of the best films ever made.
And I've just not
The
seen
third one is I'd rather not talk about
Anyway,
it.
let's come back to video games. BioShock. Connor's not played it. 7 for me and a 6 for Rosie.
Yeah.
Rosie, moving on to your second game. Game of shame.
Second game of shame for me is, again, another huge one in just the video game world. So many people love this game, and it is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I have never played it, and to make this worse for me, I always had the reasoning of, I was like, oh, but the game is so big, like I'll need to invest so much time into it. So I was like, so I'll save this for a moment where, like, you know, touch wood, but you know, I'm really sick in bed or something like that. And then literally the beginning of this year, I was recovering from an operation and I didn't play The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Instead, I played multiple different games. So I had that time that for so long I've been saving it, being like, I'm going to wait until let's say I've got like a really horrible cold or something, or I've broken my leg and I'm on like the sofa and I just can't do a lot. That's when I'll play The Witcher 3 and then I can fully delve into it, no interruptions. And yeah, I literally had a moment like that and I still didn't. So that's why this one is doubly shameful for me now. But again, I know that I will really enjoy from what I've seen of this game. I'm really interested in it. I'm really interested in like the world and
Clearly not interested enough. Rosie.
and the world and like you know, some of the side quests and the storylines I've seen. I don't know anything about the main story, but things I have seen have been from editing videos for Access, and like I've seen so many side quests and stories that I'm like, wow, this is a really dark fantasy story. Like that's grueling and horrible. And you know, Geralt in the bathtub. I've never seen Geralt having a bath apart from clips on like the internet.
That's
and stuff.
literally the first 5 minutes of the game,
Is
Rosie.
it? I don't know. Does he have a bathtub in the bath?
He opens the game in the bath.
Does he?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Does he?
Yeah. Am I misremembering? He starts in the bath. I'm pretty sure he starts the game in the bath.
Oh yeah, though I guess there is that bit, because I'm thinking of when he starts riding into White Orchard, but there is a little dreamy sequence before, right? So is it that's when he wakes up in the bath?
Maybe I'm adding to my shame score here, but I'm pretty sure he starts the game
Well,
in
the
the
fact
bath.
that all three of us are going,
I mean, I don't know. I haven't played
Haven't
it.
played
so-
it. Can't remember.
I've played it. So, Rosie, I'm interested to know, in the 10 years since The Witcher 3 has come out,
Yes.
have you replayed any games you've already played before?
Oh yeah, more likely.
See, this is shameful, because that is time you could have spent playing The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
You've gone back and replayed stuff you've already played instead of playing one of the most iconic, celebrated, critically acclaimed role-playing games of all time.
I was having a moment. I was thinking, I was like, oh no, I do remember you know, a few months ago, or maybe even at the end of last year, I did boot up again Kingdom Hearts 2. I didn't finish Kingdom Hearts 2, but I did reboot it because I love that game and I was just in the mood for it. So-
building on Rob's question, are there any games that you have replayed that are 200 hours plus that you've gone back on
Replayed?
in the lens? Maybe not you've put the full 200 hours in, but you know, they are that big and have that scope if you wished to.
How many Yakuza games have you played in the time that Witcher 3's been
I've played
in existence?
Yeah. Oh no. I've played the whole series at the time that The Witcher 3 has been in existence. And I remember going into the shop and The Witcher 3 being on sale physically, a special version of it, special version, it was just like a fancier box, not like a collector's edition or anything, but I remember it was £18. And I remember being like, wow, it's an on deal, it's a sale, like I'm going to get this right now. And
there are times when it has been on the sale on the store for less than that.
Yeah,
exactly.
complete edition
Exactly.
for a
But at the
fiver,
time, I was like, oh my, it's on sale. Like, I'll buy it and then I can always save it for like a rainy day.
Wow.
And like, that's how long. That's just good. Like when I got it, it was £18 physical in the shop, and that was when it was on a sale. And since then, I just still haven't played it. But I really want to. And also, like, I just really want to meet Geralt and I want to learn about him and his adventures and all that fun jazz. And I've heard people say the combat's really interesting and stuff as well. So it's and again, the music, there are concerts, like, and people love this game so much and the music so much that it brings them to tears. And I'm there just like, hello, like not knowing anything about it.
Well, you're going to have to play it before the new one comes out.
Yeah. And that's
Even
the thing, the
I've
new one's
played
been
it.
announced as well. Like,
Even I've played
have
it.
you finished it?
Yeah.
How many hours was it?
100 plus, easy.
100 plus.
I spent
easy,
a lot.
yeah.
This was the first game I played after becoming a dad, and it took me about a year to finish it. It was like the first year of my daughter being alive,
Yeah.
and I would play it in like 1 or 2 hour snatches. And it took me an entire year, and I think I must have put about 150 hours into it by the end. And then the expansions
Yeah.
are some of the best expansions I've ever played in a game.
I haven't played Blood and Wine, but I have played, is it Hearts of Stone?
Hearts of Stone, yeah.
And it was a great extra. And then to have this entire other campaign that is also fantastic.
And
like,
Gwent.
Yeah, Gwent,
Top five
Meh.
video game card games ever.
I know nothing about Gwent.
It's up there with Queen's Blood, the Triple Triad.
I love a
you're
card
just
game in a
saying
game as
things
well.
now. None of these could be made up things, and I wouldn't even
We've
be
got
able to do it.
God who's never played Final Fantasy and then me who's never played The Witcher 3 with this card game chat.
What do you mean you haven't played Flingle Blop, the card game? I love that. I've put 7,000 hours into Flingle
Just
Blop.
to add some more shame points to Connor. Yeah. So The Witcher 3,
Yes.
I think this is quite shameful. Connor, what are you thinking out of 10 for a shame score for The Witcher 3?
Yeah, even I've played it. It's like a 9 or a 10. I think I think I'll go 9. I'll be reserved because it is big. I will, if it were 10 hours long, then people wouldn't love it as much, but also it would be a lot more shameful. But still, that's a 9. Solid 9.
Yeah, so it's a 9 from me, I think, as well, Rosie.
Whoa, I did
Particularly
it. I
you.
got a 9.
You've had so much opportunity to play this game, and you haven't taken any of those opportunities.
Yeah. I think it just intimidates me that I know it's so big, but that's the thing. I've played other games which are also so big, so I don't understand why.
I don't want to hear any more excuses from you.
Yeah.
We're going to move on to my
Yes, what's yours? What's
number
yours?
2 entry now. I'm probably never going to play this. Half-Life 2.
Oh, that is a big one,
And
to be fair.
I did get introduced to it on a live stream by Dave. It's one of Dave's favourite games of all time. It's obviously, I'd imagine, quite a few people's favourite game of all time. Incredibly iconic game. I own it. I own the orange box
Oh, wow.
on
Okay.
PS3.
Yeah.
So I've owned that probably, over a decade I've had that just sitting on my shelf at home. I played the first hour and a half to 2 hours of it on that live stream and thought it was amazing. I was like, oh, wow, yeah, I can absolutely see why this was such an iconic game. And Dave was like, oh, I'm so happy that you've enjoyed these 2 hours. Are you going to go back and play it? Yeah, I will.
He did not go back and play the game.
Haven't touched it since.
Did Dave ever chase you up on it, being like, how are you finding it? Did you boot it up?
No. But I think the problem for me is similar to the BioShock problem for you, Connor, in that Half-Life 2 is so iconic, so influential that so many games have come out since Half-Life 2 that have clearly been inspired by Half-Life 2 that I have played, that now going back to Half-Life 2, it would be like I'm doing it in reverse, almost. That when I should be experiencing Half-Life 2 as this groundbreaking thing that introduced so much to the world of video games, but I won't ever get to experience it like that.
Yeah,
I have to sort of experience it through the mindset of constantly thinking to myself, this was the first game to do anything like this.
Yeah.
And I can absolutely appreciate how groundbreaking it is and how clever it is. I really enjoyed all of the fun physics stuff. I mean, Portal 2 is one of my favorite games of all time.
The physics stuff is amazing.
There's so much of that in it. I love the whole kind of Big Brother sci-fi Orwellian vibe of it. It should be one of my favorite games of all time. And I should have played it. And I think, gamers of a certain age, like, my age and older, this should be like a formative video game for me. I should have played it. I haven't. And probably the most shameful thing is that I had the opportunity to play it, and I did play the first couple of hours. I didn't continue with it, and I think it's one of those that I've resigned myself to not having played.
Yeah.
So it's going to sit there on my shelf probably forever, just, like one of those nicely cellophane wrapped broccolis that are in my fridge that they sit there and they see me taking all of the other things out of the fridge. And they're like, you're not going to eat me.
Today the day?
The healthy broccoli.
I'll take the cheese
about
again.
And it just sits there. Oh, come on.
I'm ready.
That's like Half-Life 2 for me.
Yeah, this is a big one. Just like you say, on the iconic scale, there's so many games that are influenced by this, and you love this sort of genre of storytelling, and like you listen to audio podcasts and stuff about this sort of thing, and you love films and stuff. So this is right up your alley. I can 100 because I remember you doing that stream, and I remember Dave being like, everything about this you'll love, and it is true. Everything about it you will love.
And from the sounds of it, did love, but then not enough.
But then not enough. With this one, I don't think it's as big as Metal Gear Solid 5 for you. But I also do appreciate that, the orange box is on PS3, and the PS3, like, you might not have a PS3 anymore and stuff like that. So
I do.
You do. You still got your PS3.
Yeah, I can literally see it on the shelf up there.
But it's on the shelf, but it's not in your home.
No. But it could be. I could very easily just put it in my home.
It's a shame it can't be moved in any way.
It is glued over there.
If only there was some method by which.
I'd probably say this one, I'll say it a 7, I'm thinking. What do you think, Connor?
So I would agree if it weren't for the fact that I also haven't played it. So I feel like I have to sort of, for the same reason, not be a hypocrite and deduct points from my initial score. So yeah, a 5.
A 5.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't want to be the person. I throw enough
I'm
stones
the
in
only
glass houses anyway. Like downstairs. I can't do it in the podcast studio as well.
It is a great experience. I remember I played Half-Life 2 because I was just like, it's one of those games that is like iconic. So that's why I was like, I've got to play it, and it is a very good game.
I've played the demo. There was a demo that I had on a disc years ago, loads of times, and thought it was the best thing ever. Like the physics, the gravity gun or whatever it is, like throwing the saw blades at head crabs. Oh, but
it's scary as well.
It is scary.
Isn't it? They all just run around like or something.
I don't know, Rosie. I've
I
not
think
played
that's
it.
the noise that they make.
I bet they do make noises like that. Yes.
I think
you
it's
could have
that
made
anyway.
any noise, and we would have just gone, yes.
That's what happens when the head crabs start coming in. They just go la 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 la.
So we're going
Like
into
Teletubbies or something.
we're going into the final round of shame now, and the standings are. It's close.
Shame.
Rosie, you've got 27 shame points.
Shame.
Connor, you've got 29 shame points.
Shame.
And I've got 30 shame points.
Oh, it's close.
It's
It's
all
closer
on
than
the
I thought it would
last
be.
entry. Who's going to have the most shameful backlog? We're about to find out. Connor, what is your final entry, please?
It's Dark Souls.
Okay, I have. Okay.
Well.
But it gets worse again.
Oh, here we go.
Because now there used to be, I've not done any of them, and I can't, and I'm not good enough, and I lose patience, and I've now got the Bloodborne Platinum, and I've also played and finished Demon Souls, so I can no longer say I don't have the required tenacity and stubbornness to get through it, or at least give it a good go. And I did have a copy of it on PS3 for many years that I maybe started 3 times, and I didn't even like it. It's the fantasy thing again. It's like I loved Bloodborne and I loved Demon Souls. something about fantasy is just not. It does not click with me in the same way that it seems to every other person I know, and it means that I've got no excuse anymore. Like, the only excuse is not particularly jamming with fantasy, and I feel like that's not a good enough excuse. Because I've played these other games that are equally as difficult, if not more so, and less iconic. This is the game. This is
game.
the celebrated.
When you finish Bloodborne and you finish Demon Souls, it is. Why haven't you played Dark Souls?
I don't have an answer that is going to satisfy anymore. Like, I've slowly chipped away the little sort of totem I had to be like, but I'm not good enough. I can't.
Have you played any of it?
No. Oh well, yes. I'm sorry. I have maybe the first hour of.
So have you beaten any of the
you got
bosses?
out of prison?
No, I got out of the prison.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So you've technically beaten a boss.
no, you haven't. I haven't beaten
The Asylum
boss.
Demon.
Yeah, the Asylum Demon.
I just got away from
Yeah,
it.
you just. It's not the same.
Have you beaten the Taurus Demon on the bridge?
No other bosses.
Well,
No other bosses.
Did you have
That's worse.
the
That's
crow
even
or the
worse than
raven
me.
take you and then take you to the Firelink Shrine?
I don't think so.
So wait, so you defeated the Asylum Demon at the start?
Well, I didn't.
and then there's like a moment where you like run up and then you get like picked up by a bird.
Oh, okay. Then I guess so. Yes, like because it puts you near a graveyard, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so that's the Firelink. That's the first Firelink
then
Shrine.
I should know that. I should know that, but no.
Well, you got that. Oh, so you don't remember?
I got to there.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
I
the
think,
game only just begun.
Yeah, I think there are two paths, and one of them goes into a castle.
I think there's more than two.
Well, okay.
Yeah, there's
but,
a couple of them. Yeah, mainly two though.
Yeah, I can only remember two. I think one of them goes down.
Yeah.
And one
That's
of them
not
goes,
the way you want to go.
Yeah,
at the beginning.
I think I
Death
fell
there.
and was like, "Yep, no, I'm not doing this," and then up into a castle. I don't even think I made it to the first bonfire. Now that I know that's how the game works, I got so frustrated that I couldn't get any further, and just had to keep going back.
So have you attempted it since beating Bloodborne and Demon Souls?
No, and this is, I think, where the problem is because I have no reason, because I think I could do it now. I think I could have a good go, and even if it didn't click with me because of the setting, I would be able to at least make a good go of it. And I keep looking at it and going, no, I'm going to play Sekiro first.
Well,
So,
well,
which I also
well.
haven't done.
I mean, again, it would be hypocritical of me to say you haven't finished Dark Souls, because I haven't finished Dark Souls. In fact, the only Souls-like game I've finished, or Soulsborne game, is Bloodborne. Because I'm terrible at these games, but I have hammered away at Dark Souls for what feels like a very long time. And I still consider myself as playing Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I've been stuck for 7 years.
The only thing I'd say with this one is that I know, because I messaged you a lot about it, you only played Bloodborne last Christmas, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was your Christmas game. So you're still very much venturing into your Souls adventure. If you played Bloodborne like years ago, then I'd be like, oh, you could have given Dark Souls a go, but it was only, you got to give yourself credit, it was only last Christmas that you dived into the From Software world.
Last Christmas, I gave From
I
Software
gave you
my heart.
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Because I remember messaging you about it,
And
being
the
like, how are you
very
getting on?
next day, you didn't even play Dark Souls. It's
Yeah.
on your shelf.
I think I traded it in.
Oh my God. Oh my
I
Yeah, it just
God.
gets
I think
I
it's,
traded it in for
Something
whatever.
not very special, probably.
Oh my God.
I think the only thing with me is what like I'm thinking with this as well is like when you say, oh, you're thinking about delving into it, but then you say, oh, I think I should play Sekiro first.
Yeah.
I understand that though, because I had it when I finished Bloodborne, not long after Sekiro came out, and I actually started Sekiro, and then I actually thought, I don't think I can play this until I've done Dark Souls. So then that's when I paused
okay,
Sekiro and
interesting.
did. So I understand
Yeah.
that feeling when you're just playing it and you're like, this doesn't feel right. I feel like I should go another path first. So that's why, like, for me, and like knowing that you only did Bloodborne and you did Demon Souls this year, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think, I'm open to giving you a bit of leeway. That's why I'm thinking maybe this one for like a 5, because it is iconic.
Wow, I thought I was coming in strong. I've let myself down
probably
here.
from everyone else, but just like but that's why I'm just like give yourself credit. You can't just do. I mean, Alex can, but it's hard to go through these games back to back. Like
we don't care about Alex. In his opinion.
Alex is like the only person I know who's literally been like, I'm going to do Dark Souls 1 and then immediately Dark Souls 2 and then immediately Dark Souls 3.
That's a level of bravery that I don't think is still categorized as bravery and is categorized as something entirely different.
So that's what, like, but I do agree that it is like, it's a big one in the gaming world.
Yes.
So that's why I'm thinking of 5. What do
You've
you
been
think?
very lenient there, Rosie. I've gone. It's bordering on a 10 for me.
Really?
It's a 9. The little detail of I traded it in.
Yeah,
To
sorry.
be fair, the detail of I traded it in, that is true.
I mean, obviously, that's a perfectly legitimate thing to do. If you've owned a game and you're not playing the game, you trade it in. But you've traded in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
You traded in Dark Souls, one of the greatest games ever made, often topping the rankings of best games ever made votes. The game that has arguably spawned an entire genre.
Yeah.
A genre of which 2 of those games you have played and finished. I think, I'm going a 9. It's a 9 for me.
Maybe it's because in my
So
head
close.
I'm just like, he still has time. He has played Bloodborne and Demon Souls recently. That he still has time to be swayed.
I'm both incredibly grateful, but also annoyed that you haven't given me a higher score.
Well, the fact that you traded it in, I forgot about that fact, and you brought that fact out whilst I still had the 5 in my mind. So maybe just because you did trade it in, that is a 6. I'm gonna
Rosie's
get
upgraded to a 6.
Yeah, just because you traded it in, like that's
It's not
bad.
great. Yeah, it's not great. Like, especially considering I have most of the other PS3 games that I had at that time when I had Dark Souls. Yeah,
I think it's
not good luck. It's really not a good luck.
But these games are a journey. Like in my head, it's just like, take your time, play them when you're ready. Like
That's a very healthy way to look at it, Rosie. Very healthy way.
A healthy way.
I'm just looking at it from an immature, angry way. 9.
9. One of the best games ever made. It's the Souls-like of Souls games. It's the Dark Souls of Dark Souls.
Dark Souls of Dark
It's
Souls.
the Dark Souls of Dark Souls.
Rosie, can
Yes.
you outshame Connor? What's the final entry in your backlog of shame?
Okay,
Please.
this one's probably the one that I get the most reaction to, because again, it's a very beloved game, and I have actually played, I think I played like 20 or so hours of this, and then I was foolish and lost my save, but it is Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, I can see. I saw Connor's soul leaving his face then.
And I've never played the sequel.
Oh my God, Rosie! Oh, this is bad.
And I really want to, don't get me wrong, but I won't play the second one until I've played the first one.
You played 20 hours of it.
Around that, probably.
10, instant 10.
Yeah, and then I lost my save, and then I
How'd
felt...
you lose your save? Or did you just lose your entire console?
I don't know what
Oops,
happened.
where did I put it down?
I can't remember what happened. I just remember I booted up my PS3 and then suddenly like a 10-hour save was there instead, and I was there. And I remember I booted it up thinking, oh, did I only put in 10 hours? And I found this save recently, and I was 10 hours and I don't know what I was doing. I was in a town somewhere or something. But I booted it up, and then I was just like, wait, this wasn't my save. So I don't know what I did. And then that's the thing, like when you're just like, oh, I've lost so much progress. Kind of lost the motivation now.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And then I was like, oh, I'll come back to this one day in the future, and I have yet to come back to it. So yeah, the first Red Dead Redemption, because that's the thing, I really enjoyed it, and I see other people playing it. Same with Red Dead 2. I know I'm gonna really enjoy it. I know all the twists. Well, I know, like, the big twist and stuff like that of it, and of Red Dead Redemption 2. But yeah, I still really, really want to and need to play it myself, and I just haven't. Whoopsie.
Just the little casual whoopsie is just adding more shame for me.
I need to go and find an actual bell to ring in your face. to
Ring
say
in my
shame.
face. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Dead Redemption.
I know.
There is no redemption.
And you just casually threw in that you've never played Red Dead Redemption 2 either, apart from, I assume, on occasional live stream challenges that we've done.
Apart from that, but like, that's why literally whenever we've booted it up, I've gone like, what's the controls? How do I do this, that, and the other? Because I've never played them before. So Yeah, this is a big one, and this is probably the one that when I say it, like, because it's so beloved, everyone goes, "What do you mean you haven't played it?" And it's just like, "I know, I'm sorry, it's in my backlog, I'm getting there." So yeah, that's a big one for me.
15 years. Red Dead Redemption's been out.
I know.
That's a long time.
It is.
That's quite a long time.
It is.
And I've had people telling me, how have I not played it for 15 years?
Connor, we heard your immediate visceral reaction to this. Have you had time to calm down in the subsequent 90 seconds or so? What's your score for Rosie
I think
here?
it's still a 10.
It's a 10.
I don't think I'm letting my own personal feelings in here.
That's fine.
But I've got no excuse. I'm sorry. There's nothing. I'd love it too much, and that means it hurts me. It cuts me deep.
I'm sorry that
It's
I've
okay.
cut you deep. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I'm sorry, Connor. That was my John Marston voice from the knowledge I have of John Marston.
Wow,
I'm
terrific.
sorry.
That's more like a Gandalf.
Literally, all I know about the
Cowboy is never late.
John Marston. All I know is that, and then I know because my mate Liam loves Red Dead Redemption 2, and he just randomly he'll go Lenny, and so that's all I know.
Lenny?
It's just Lenny. Like, all I know is Lenny, and then then just John Marston's whispery, lovely voice. So those are the things I know.
Sad.
Wow. It's not quite a 10 from me. It's a 9 from me.
Oh, still that's blooming
That's
high.
the highest score yet,
9.
I think, isn't it?
For a single, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, Rosie.
I'm thinking at
You
Connor's
started off
eyes.
so innocent and pure, just throwing Near Automata out there, and you've
Start.
ended.
Well,
Oh no, yeah, maybe that's not too bad.
That's
and
very
then it's
shameful.
been gradually climbing. Yeah.
Well.
Well, I'll let you know when I all finally get around to playing it, because I know I will really enjoy it.
I
But
hope so.
I know I will.
It's one of the best written stories just ever. I think it, like, the way it approaches character is so strong in a way that a lot of video games aspire to and just don't hit. And there, you could say maybe it doesn't play in the way that you'd like games to play, and that, it's a modern action game, fine, and it has its quirks and whatnot. But the plot, the writing, it's just fantastic.
The sequel, Red Dead Redemption 2, it's got to be it's an all-timer.
Yeah.
It really is an all-timer as well.
I'm sure it is.
Such a thoroughly made video game.
Yep. I'll get there. I'll get around to it.
Interesting.
But Rob, what's your final one?
My final one. So I have played this game. I played this game a lot. I finished the game. But the shame for me is not having finished it to a degree I expect of myself, and I probably would say others expect of me as well. And that game is Crash Team Racing.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
I've not even come close to getting the platinum in it, and I've tried.
How many Oxide times have you done?
Not as many as you would expect, Rosie.
Do you remember? Or like, do you have a little rough estimate?
I could probably count the number of Oxide times I've done on one hand.
No, really? Oh, Rob.
When we were doing the sibling rivalry stream recently, I was really practicing. So I'm going to get a few Oxide times under my belt here. I definitely have the natural ability. I just need to practice.
You're the best. You're the best at CTR in the world.
I genuinely believed it at one stage. I was like, if I just my raw natural ability at Crash Team Racing, I still believe is such that if I played it regularly and really got back into it, I'd be better than everyone.
I've made a huge mistake.
But I think I have made a huge mistake. I tried to get the Oxide Ghost on Sewer Speedway. I think I played almost an entire weekend of repeating this level, and not once could I hit the shortcut all 3 times.
Yeah.
I did it twice. I did it once. I did it 0 times. Then I'd do it twice. And then I'd do it 3 times and muck up on a corner. And I was like, this should be easy. Like, this is one of the easier...
I had a little tremble in your voice.
This is one of the easier Oxide times to beat, and I can't do it. What makes it even more shameful for me is that when I was a child, I had a Crash Team Racing rivalry with my sister, who does have the Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled Platinum.
Yep.
And
Ooh, okay.
upon learning that she would be coming to do the sibling stream for practice, she created a fresh save on her husband's account and got the platinum again
I love
for
her
him.
so much. I love her so much. What a legend.
So she's got the platinum in Crash Team Racing twice.
Oh, wow.
And I'll be honest, I am miles away from earning this trophy. There's 2 trophies I've got left. I've got to beat all the Oxide times,
Yep.
and I've got to finish the game on
Hard mode, yeah.
difficulty. So in terms of numbers, it feels like I'm on the brink of getting the platinum. In terms of my ability, I honestly feel, and it's, I feel deeply wretched and ashamed every time I boot it up. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really good. And there's just a voice in the back of my head that's like, you're actually not very good
You
at
don't
this
have
game.
the platinum though. I reckon you could do hard mode. Like do that one first, and then.
I'm looking at Emperor Velo's times and the dev times. I watch YouTube videos of people doing those, and I'm just like, okay, I hold my hands up. It doesn't matter how much I play this game, I will never reach this level of oneness with the game.
Yeah.
Like but
It's
they're
asking
just
a
able
lot.
to like just float through it in a way that I cannot conceive of how I would ever make my thumbs perform the necessary movements to do that. Sometimes I watch people play and they are moving faster than I am able to watch them do what they're doing. Like, not even my brain can keep up, let alone send the signal to my thumbs to actually do what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I've played Crash Team Racing probably for over 500 hours over the course of my life. I've finished the game, done all the CTR tokens, won all the cups, done all the bits. I'm not close to getting the platinum though, and it's a source of great shame for me, and not something I enjoy voicing on the channel because I'm opening
done.
myself up to a lot of
Shame.
but probably deserved ridicule and shame. Yes.
All right, Connor, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think it wouldn't even clock as a concern, and it would be sub 5 if it weren't for how good you claim to be.
I think that's the thing. Because you said I'm like the best CTR player in the world, like for all these years.
It comes up an awful lot, and it has come up an awful lot, and the fact that you somehow keep telling yourself you can, but also and that makes it so much darker. Like, it makes it so much more
It's
evil.
almost narcissistic, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
In a nice way. But yeah, it's a big one. I'd probably like an 8,
See,
I think.
I was thinking 8. I was debating between 8 or 9, but
I think the fact that it's it would normally be something I wouldn't even bat an eyelid at. Which is what drags it down, but it like the heinousness comes from the way that you have spoken about it in the past. It's probably worse than the Metal Gear thing, I think.
I've just thought as well, like, just even when Nitro Fueled first came out, we did Christmas Maze episodes of you being like, I'm the best, go on. All 3 of you try and beat me. All 3 of you try and beat me, go on.
Neither of you did.
Yeah, and to be fair, we didn't at the time, but this was also when the game just came out. Like, and then I developed my skills.
You did, to be fair, Rosie.
I got there in the end, but I think also just thinking about that, like that's the thing. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh no, yeah, you really did claim you were the best at CTR. So maybe, and I think
Maybe
also
I should. No, actually, it is bad. Yeah.
if you had some more Oxide times than 5, then less than 5. Okay, maybe I think it's maybe I'll say a 9 for you. Like if you did more Oxide times, like even if you did an amount on 2 hands, then I would have given it
An amount on 2
an
hands.
amount on 2 hands, and I would have given
At
it
least
like
6. Come on.
yeah,
Like,
and then I would have given
how
it
many
the 8.
tracks are there?
But
A lot.
there's a lot.
Yeah. So
But you could have done like Rouge Tubes.
I've got Rouge Tubes
Rouge Tubes,
outside.
Cocoa Park, I'm guessing.
I think, yeah, Cocoa Park. Randomly, I think I have Cortex Castle.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the more difficult ones.
Yeah, that's a
and
tough
just,
one.
Just one time, I was like, oh my God, I did that really well. And I've not touched that level since.
But do I think this is worse than Metal Gear? Because what I gave you a 9 for Metal Gear, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh.
it's the sort of thing where like I wish I'd scored. I wish I could go back and change everything, but also that makes too many problems. I don't want to have to rethink every score I've given you.
Because that's in comparison to Metal Gear, I think Metal Gear's still worse. Like, if I could have done an 8.5 for this, I would have. So that's why I'm fizzling between the 8 and the 9 zone.
I think the thing is the game drags the score down, but the act is the reason it's so high. Like, whereas it's the kind of the other way around.
I'll stick to my 9.
Metal Gear.
A 9 from Rosie. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'll stick with an 8.
And an 8 from Connor. Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so the scores are in. Let me do some quick maths.
Well done for speaking about CTR.
I think I'd be very, very. This is like a therapy session for me.
Yeah. It's all out. Oh.
My name is Rob, and I don't have the platinum
Yet. So it's interesting to reveal that the single most shameful game in anyone's backlog is Rosie having not played Red Dead Redemption with a whopping 19 out of a possible 20 shame points.
Yay, boo.
Big
yay,
shame.
Boo, yay.
Yay, boo, yay. I did
Boo
it.
wins.
I'm ashamed.
But also then, if I'm correct, the lowest score also.
Yeah.
That is
It's
Rosie.
me.
Near Automata.
So
with a-
you've
with a-
really, like,
with a
you've hit
piffling-
both extremes.
Yes. Not shameful, very shameful. But also you had The Witcher 3, which scored an 18. That's up there as well.
Wow.
That's the joint second most shameful. So Rosie
Joint-
had the most shameful and the joint second most shameful entry.
And then the lowest.
And the lowest.
Wow.
Which makes for interesting reading.
Yeah.
So let's just recap. Connor, your list included Final Fantasy VII, Bioshock and Dark Souls. Rosie, Nier Automata, The Witcher 3 and Red Dead Redemption. And I had Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Half-Life 2 and the non-earning of the Platinum Trophy in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. The total scores with 44 shame points. It's Connor.
Well done, Connor.
Does that mean I won or lost?
Well, we're about to find out.
Okay.
With 46 shame points. It's Rosie.
Well, that was close, though.
And with 47 shame points, it's me.
Oh, it was tight.
So it was the Crash Team Racing
That was the decider.
little bit that was the decider. Very close, though.
Yeah.
And I think
Very close.
what we will take home from this is that we should all be ashamed of ourselves.
We are all just as bad as
We're
each
all
other.
Very ashamed.
Yay.
Shame.
Yeah. But also it's fine to have not played games.
It is.
It's fine. It's fine.
We'll get there
There'll
eventually.
always be another game.
Yeah. There'll always be another game. And this is the problem. There's too many exciting, brilliant games coming out. If you are watching this on YouTube, please do leave us a comment with your own confessions, your own shameful admissions from your backlog. What games have you not finished that you really think you should have done?
We'll be watching.
We will go in the comments and we will judge you. And I hope this episode has offered a release, not just to us, but to maybe you at home as well, if you're listening, and hopefully you're able to think, maybe my backlog isn't as bad as I at first thought it was. We've all got some skeletons.
Demons, yeah.
All got some demons. I've enjoyed this episode. I've enjoyed getting these things off my chest. I hope you both have as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching and for listening, everybody. And please do join us in 2 weeks' time for the next episode of the PlayStation Access podcast. See you then.